We're here.
Good
morning! It's Village Vibes. So it must be Tuesday again. Liz has left me, but don't worry, she'll be back. She knows better.
Check to make sure we're really here.
She knows better than to leave me all by myself. So we have an amazing guest with us this morning that we're going to talk about here in just a little while. But the first thing that we wanted to talk about, do you see what is behind us? Oh my gosh, look at that. I am so excited about this quilt. Now, y'all know that I'm not a blue person. My jam's red. However, this blue in this quilt is so amazing. This is our Miss Pam Buda's. This is her newest block of the month that will be not starting until February of 2024. Ooh, 2024. I don't like to say that's a 2024 sounds kind of scary too, but oh well, it's going to come around whether we want it to or not. And actually, I think I'm done with this year, so it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. So this quilt will start in February 2024. I don't really have all of the details yet. This beautiful quilt is Miss Pam's that she graciously let us borrow for a couple of weeks, but I'm not sure yet the total amount of fabrics. So just so you all know, when we do a block of the month, our prices are just based on the amount of fabric that goes in that block. So we're not, and the pattern, whatever, the pattern charges are and the fabric, that's all you're being charged for. This will be a 12-month block of the month program, I can tell you that. And so as soon as we find out the exact fabric amounts, we will make sure that we let everyone know about that. But we do have an interest list. If you are interested, I will tell you to call the store and put your name on the list. It's not binding you to anything right now other than when we have all the information, we will call you and let you know what it is. So you get first dibs. Right. So you can still choose up to that point and decide yay or nay once we figure it out. It is a large quilt. I don't remember the size, 86 by 95. I was pretty darn close from memory. Now that's scary. That's very, very scary. So it is a nice big quilt, and it is one that you could always add another border to the outside, or you could maybe even make more blocks to go all the way around it.
You could make these little.
You really could, because it's a beautiful quilt. I love everything that Miss Pam does anyway, but this one really speaks to my heart.
I don't know if we would have enough fabric in the kit, but if you made one extra of each of those and put them in a border, that could be kind of cool. And
usually you do have extra fabric, especially for little ones. Especially for little ones, you do. We're sorry the phone is ringing. We're not sure who wants to talk to us yet, but it's okay. We'll talk to them later. Okay, so I think that's what we needed to talk about our Piecemakers Sampler. Now, I think we should introduce our special guest. So this is our Miss Allen all over the place. There we go. So I want to show you. Look at me. So the Lemoyne Star, that's our store block. This is our store block. So Liz and I each painted one of these. When I get it finished, you're going to want to look at our building up high by our letters, because these are going to be hanging up there at our store. So, but I'm so sorry, Allison. Let me just jab you with my sign. We will be doing another barn class probably in the spring with this Allison. So two different Allisons. This Allison is a different one than the one that taught us this. So we will be doing another class. If that's something you're interested in, we do have a waiting list for that.
An interest list.
Same thing. You can give us a call, and then when we have it scheduled, you'll be the first ones that could get in on that class. We did have 12 of us here painting, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. She's a great teacher. She brings everything all ready for you. You just sit down and paint. So it was really a great class. But our sweet Allison here has something else that we want her to share with you that I think it's great information you're really going to enjoy. So I'm going to trade you places so you're front and center.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm another Allison obsessed with barn quilts as well. But what I do is I create the barn quilt trails that are in Utah. And I'm here to introduce those trails to you and maybe find someone who wants to participate on these barn quilt trails. So they can be found at Barn Quilts of Utah. I have a website, Google search it, or barnquiltsofutah.com. I have a Facebook group, Barn Quilts of Utah. I also have an Instagram page where I post everything barn quilts. And so sometimes that includes the barn quilts you're not going to see on a trail because all our barn quilts are publicly viewed. So you can view the ones that aren't on trails on those as well. And I try to document them all, whether they're inside or outside, to try and find them. So yeah, so I hope to find you on the trail or participating with us on the trail.
So tell us how you got started.
So I stumbled on barn quilts just through gardening, just saw them on Instagram in the background, wondered what they were, researched them. But I realized that trails existed when I was taking a vacation up to Jackson Hole. And as we were coming down into Star Valley, I saw one on a barn, just a really big one, beautiful sunflower pattern. And below it was a sign that said first place in the Star Valley Barn Quilt Trail. Like, what's that?
So it was a contest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a contest with their festival and had created a trail for their festival. So I looked it up and found a map and told my family we were taking a little detour on our vacation. And we just kind of went around Star Valley and just, found all the barn quilts in that valley. And so,
how many were there? Do you remember?
Not really, just maybe 20.
Just
kind of a nice number. And so when I got back from my vacation, I thought, oh, for sure, I live in Cache Valley. Cache Valley has one. And no, there wasn't. So I said, okay, I'll make one. And so I started the process of trying to find them, document them. And when I had 12, I made a map. And then Box Elder, then Rich County, then Weber County, then Garfield County. Nice. And so we have 3 trails in Utah and counting.
Nice. So if any of you would like to be involved, if you live in a different county, Allison could really use some help in some of the far outlying counties.
Help me find them.
Cache Valley is one of the most northern counties in Utah.
Right.
So further south would be helpful if you're interested in this. This is such a cool movement. I love it.
I do too.
Yes.
It's so great. So I went back to Iowa one year with my daughter to do a quilt show, and there were some beautiful, beautiful barn quilt signs up on their barns. Oh, I about ran off the road a couple of times, but I mean, because I wanted to just sit there and gawk at them. So it's not just our area. It's
everywhere.
It's everywhere. And they're so fun to see. So yes, Miss Allison really could use some help though with organizing more and finding more. And if you have seen one,
tell me about them. If you find them, reach out to me if you find them.
Please do that. So we're pretty
excited.
Think
one of the cool things that Allison is doing is she's not only creating these trails, but she's trying to document the history of all of it, because it really is history. It really is. And so it's exciting. So walking trails or driving trails, someone asks.
Driving trails. So these are driving trails. Yeah.
So
it's just a Google map.
Able to be seen from the road, right?
Yes. Any barn quilt that's on the trail, you'll be able to see pulled off the road, maybe from a sidewalk, sometimes just driving by. There's instructions on how to best view it when you click on the pin on the map. Nice. So you'll get a little bit of guidance there. But if you can't see it from the road or sidewalk, it's not on the trail.
Okay. So, we're not asking you to walk in anybody's backyard or anything
nobody
like that.
Nobody
don't.
There may be a little old farmer with a shotgun. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But that's great, because what a lovely Sunday drive you could make of it. And what we were actually discussing this morning, which I think could be kind of fun, is if we tied this into Shop Hop a little bit and kind of linked some of the barn quilts that were close to all of the stores.
Great idea.
While people are already on the road, I think it could be really cool. So we will maybe work on that a little bit. I think it could be fun. I know shop hoppers are often busy trying to get to every store, but you're still driving. You're already in the car. And so I think it could be kind of cool.
Yeah. I will bring that up at our next meeting, because I think
that could be really cool.
I think that could be a great add-on.
Or if every store had a list that are close to them, I think that could be cool too. Anyway,
cool.
So we've got ideas. We've got their churning.
Liz is going to put a link to all of Allison's information on our post when we're finished. So you'll all be able to go there and look at that as well. So,
feel free to message me with any questions or happy to take the email, call, whatever. Just whatever. Just reach out to me. Any questions at all.
Nice.
So Sarah, you were the one who asked that question, and she said she is from Oregon, right?
So Tualatin.
Are there any around you?
Yeah.
Let us know if you have any that are around you, because that's what's cool is I think wherever you are in the country, you could find some. Or if you're visiting a special place, you could find some in that area.
Yeah,
So.
they're almost, I think they're in every state now at this point. Every state has a trail. Alaska has an amazing trail. Yeah.
Let's go to Alaska.
Yeah. Alaska has a really...
I'd rather go to Oregon. It's too cold up there for me. Yeah. It might be a little too chilly. Might be a little too chilly up there for me. But yeah, it would be really fun to go and do that. And it would be, so is there like a national website that says, hey, in this state?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
I don't have the website off the top of my head because I've always just done a Google search. But if you do like Barn Quilt trail info, you'll find a map. And if you click on the state will come up. And usually it'll have a county or maybe an area, a regional area, and you kind of click on that, and it will have some of those links. Usually it's connected to a tourism website. Usually it's connected to maybe an arts council website. Sometimes their own websites. But yeah, you can kind of find the trails that way. And if you're in the area, if you just Google search, you'll usually stumble
find some
Barn Quilt Trail, Nebraska, Cozad, or whatever.
So we will put a bunch of links for everything we can in this video description as soon as we're done. And make sure that you can get to Allison's website for anything here local. And then I'll try and find that national one because I think that could be helpful.
I think I could just, I'll link you. Yeah, it'll be easy.
Perfect.
It's a quick search. Yeah.
Good. Because a lot of times people, and I think more now than used to since COVID, I think more people are taking road trips and, just little, even your neighborhood states. So how fun to be able to just look at those states and see, hey, we're out on a road trip anyway. Let's see where Barn Quilt is. Yeah. I think that's just great. There's some beautiful barn quilts that are out hanging about.
There are the big ones. So big ones, 8-footers are kind of the standard
Liz,
size.
you want to help me paint an 8-footer?
Yeah.
So put that up on our roof.
Take a week off.
Take a week off to paint. I mean, it took us all day long to paint our 20, or 2-footers. Can you imagine?
And these signs are really good quality.
They're aluminum. It's a metal
sign material.
Yeah, like stop sign material. So they're lighter weight than the wooden ones that we used to paint on, and they're supposed to be more durable and last longer. So we're
they're not going to warp or kind of get that bend or
right.
Like
well,
that.
and I had a barn quilt. I was telling Fran that my husband put on the outside of one of our window air conditioning units, and after a couple of years, it just kind of fell apart. Because we would take it down and put it up, and it just gets weathered. So
it does.
And wood does.
Anyway,
wood does.
So
we're pretty excited.
Marianne joining from Florida. Marianne, is there any in Florida?
Yeah, Marianne,
tell us if anyone's done a trail. Let us know.
Probably by the rockets.
Oh,
maybe by the spaceships. They've probably got a big old quilt.
Need a barn quilt by the spaceships.
We better take them one. I'll get a hold of my friend Linda. She lives down there. I'll have her take one down there and put it on a rocket. That goes to the moon next time. Wouldn't that be fun to have it? Hey, I like it.
Let's send it to NASA.
Let's send it to NASA. I think they'd be happy to send a
put the flag in the moon, there's the flag, and then there's the barn quilt.
Good idea.
Why not? Quilters are everywhere, right?
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate you, Miss Allison, for
pleasure.
coming.
Thank you for letting me kind of talk about it. So
yes,
I appreciate that.
We're excited. Anything quilty, we're so happy to get more information out there about that. So, and even though you're not sewing these, they're still quilt blocks, and they're beautiful.
And the stories,
and it says to that person that's driving by, a quilter lives here.
90% of the barn quilt trails are quilters.
Quilters,
so
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
We appreciate that. So we have,
you're good.
another.
You can stay here.
You stay with us.
You
can
don't
still
have to disappear.
No, you can stay right here with us. So we have another pretty exciting thing to offer everyone today. So, 2 more days and it's gobble day.
It is.
It's gobble day. It's true. It's true. So that Black Friday. Oh, Black Friday. So we're not actually doing a Black Friday sale, but we are doing a sale it's a flash sale. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I think, this sounds like a good idea. It's kind of how I roll. So here's what we're doing. This is in our store only. Those of you that live in Florida and Oregon, get in your car. You can make it here before Saturday. Just come on and see us. Or plane. Florida's pretty far to drive, but give up. Plane. So we are going to be doing a little sale in our store. All of our Christmas is going to be 30% off through Saturday. So I know there's still a little bit of time for us to make some of those
Yep,
last
there
minute
is.
Christmas things. Or guess what? Christmas 2024 is going to be here too. And so maybe you get a jump start on next
Yes.
year. Maybe you don't even finish it this year.
Yes.
Or you send your husband down and you say, go buy me a Christmas quilt kit. That's what I want under the stocking.
Christmas.
There you go. There you go. So, oh, we said patterns too. Yes, all Christmas. So fabric, books, patterns, kits, whatever you see that looks like it's a Christmas thing, ask us about it and we'll tell you if it's Christmas or not. So we'd love to have you come in and join us. And so speaking of Thursday being Gobble Day, do you guys have great plans for Thanksgiving? What are you guys doing?
We are hosting all my husband's family. I think we'll have 30
Oh,
people.
Goodness, that's a lot. It's a good thing you have a nice large house.
I have a good home for entertaining, and I am excited to fill it with people that I love.
That's so fun. What are you doing, Miss Allison?
Going to my mom's.
Oh,
my brothers.
Do you have to travel far, or
no, no, she's in the same valley as me. So,
nice,
no, easy peasy.
Have a first ever. I'm excited, and I don't know how I feel about it. But so one of my daughters, by Tegan, and her husband Jared, love those kiddos. Last year, Stan and I spent Thanksgiving alone because there was sickness, whatever. Anyway, we were there by ourselves, which I thought was great. You guys, I didn't have to stand in the kitchen for 3 days and cook. But Jared and Tegan, when they found out, they felt really bad. They're taking us to a big fancy restaurant up in the mountains this year.
Oh, it's going to be so lovely.
It is going to be nice. But I've never done that before. No, we've never done that before. So
you're going to have to give us a report next week and tell us how it was.
I will. I'll tell you about this amazing place.
So you guys have to hear this story. Marianne from Florida, who's joining us, she says she had an embroidered item that traveled in the space shuttle, and it's in the corner vault at USU. Isn't that cool?
Oh my gosh! So we could get a quote sign up there. We gotta get a barn sign. I'm gonna put Liz on that.
Cool.
Liz is my.
I don't know if I can do that.
Go ahead, Liz. Just write a letter.
Has more faith in me than
I do. Write him a letter.
But she says she'll send family for the Christmas sale.
Yes, you can do that. We make no discriminations, whether it's you in person or your family on that one. We'll take your money any way you want to give it to us, Miss Marianne, and we thank you. So, okay. I think it was short and sweet this morning, girls. So we hope that everyone has a lovely Thanksgiving, whether you're going out to eat, you're staying home and you're hosting, you're going to relatives. Be around family that you love. Take a second to appreciate all of the things that we have and we've been given. I lost a really good friend last week, and it really, yesterday, as I was sitting there looking around at all of these amazing women and men that I've known for a lot of years, it's kind of like, do I always take enough time to tell them how much I appreciate and love them? And I think the answer probably is no. I think you can never say that enough. So take a second, give somebody you love an extra hard hug, and be kind to one another. Be really kind to yourself, and have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Thank you. I gotta find my